We're about to spill the beans on the top 7 assets that are absolute game changers when it comes to safeguarding your hard-earned money and creating lasting prosperity. Say goodbye to wealth erosion and hello to a future filled with financial abundance. Meet Diablo, your everyday guy in his mid-40s. But guess what? He stumbled upon a mind-blowing secret. He discovered 7 awesome assets that are way better and safer than plain old cash. Amused and excited, Diablo embarked on a thrilling journey into the world of vintage cars, rare art pieces, raw materials, luxury handbags, safe haven currencies, limited edition watches, iconic books, God's money, mind-blowing collectibles, and much, much more. Brace yourself as we delve into Diablo's quest for wealth and adventure in these incredible treasures. Asset number 7. God's money. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Diablo. He was just an average 45-year-old man going about his daily routine, oblivious to the mistakes he was making with his money. You see, Diablo had a habit of keeping all his savings in cash. Little did he know that his hard-earned money was slowly losing its value due to inflation and the constant printing of more money by the government. But then, Diablo stumbled upon a solution that would turn his financial situation around. He discovered the world of precious metals, gold, silver, and platinum. These shiny treasures held immense value and were considered a reliable store of wealth for the future. Unlike money, they couldn't be easily replicated or devalued by governments. Diablo learned that financial experts highly recommended investing in precious metals as a hedge against inflation and the depreciation of fiat currency. The wealthy were already allocating a portion of their portfolios to these shiny assets. And boy, did Diablo wish he had known about this sooner. He discovered that over the years, gold had consistently increased in value. Back in the 1950s, an ounce of gold cost a measly $400. Today, that same ounce is worth around $2,000. It's like a magic trick, except it's real. But wait, there's more. According to Prime XBT's gold forecasts, the upward trend is set to continue. They project that gold could reach a mind-boggling $10,000 per ounce by 2032. That's a 5-fold increase in just a decade. Diablo couldn't believe his eyes. It was like hitting the jackpot without even playing the lottery. So, how did Diablo fix his mistake? He discovered gold exchange-traded funds, ETFs. These nifty investment vehicles allowed him to benefit from the gold market without the need to physically own the metal. With gold ETFs, Diablo could enjoy returns based on the movement of gold prices, all the while sitting comfortably at home in his favorite chair. Now Diablo understood the importance of diversifying his holdings. He knew that while the value of cash continued to decline, gold and other precious metals maintained their upward trajectory. Witness Diablo's incredible financial turnaround story. Learn how he unlocked the potential of raw materials as well and transformed them into lucrative investments. Prepare to embark on a journey toward financial stability and success alongside Diablo as he shares his secrets in a way that anyone can understand. Come and let's discover asset number 6. Raw materials. Diablo believed that investing was a game of luck and took unnecessary risks. He'd often put his hard-earned money into speculative ventures, hoping for quick returns. Needless to say, his bank account suffered, and his dreams of financial stability remained distant. However, Diablo eventually learned from his mistakes and discovered a solution to his investment woes. He realized that precious metals like silver, cobalt, nickel, and copper were not just shiny trinkets, but had real-world value. They were vital components in various industries, making them indispensable. Diablo understood that investing in these metals could be a smart move. Take copper, for example. The surge in demand led to a remarkable price increase from $1 per pound in 2003 to an astonishing $4 per pound in 2023. Diablo recognized that including such valuable resources in his investment portfolio could significantly enhance his potential profits. Of course, Diablo realized that not everyone could afford to physically own or store these raw materials. And who wants to deal with finding buyers or storing tons of metal anyway? So, he explored alternative investment options. Diablo discovered that investing in mining company stocks like Rio Tinto or mining-focused mutual funds could provide exposure to the profitability of the industrial demand for precious metals. He also learned about derivatives like futures and options, which offered a way to participate in the market without directly owning the metals. With this newfound knowledge, Diablo bid farewell to his reckless investing habits. Diablo's financial life sparks as he discovers the power of the Swiss franc and superior currencies. Let's get into it without any further ado. Asset number 5. Safe haven currencies. Diablo made some pretty dumb mistakes when it came to money. He used to invest his hard-earned cash in regular currencies, not realizing that they were as valuable as a stack of Monopoly money. But one day, Diablo had an epiphany. He realized that in today's crazy world, where no currency is backed by gold, he needed to find a smarter way to handle his money. So he did some research and discovered the secret to financial success: Swiss francs. Diablo learned that Switzerland has one of the strongest economic systems in the world. It's like a fortress of stability in a sea of uncertainty. The wealthy know this, and they flock to Swiss banks to keep their money safe. You see, the Swiss franc, Switzerland's currency, was a rock-solid asset. When everything else was going haywire, the franc stood strong, like a superhero in a world of financial villains. It was a safe haven, a refuge from chaos and instability. Diablo realized that if he wanted to protect his wealth and even make some serious gains, he needed to get in on the Swiss franc action. He discovered that during times of crisis, like the global financial meltdown of 2008 and the Eurozone debt debacle of 2009, people rushed to the franc for safety. Not only that, but the Swiss franc was also gaining popularity in international trade. When the US slapped sanctions on Russia, guess what currency Russia turned to? That's right, the Swiss franc. It became a powerhouse in the trading world, flexing its financial muscles. So, Diablo took action. He knew he couldn't open a Swiss bank account like the big shots, but he found other ways to get a piece of the franc. He discovered currency ETFs and forex brokers like forex.com, where he could invest as little as $100. By using these platforms, Diablo finally gained exposure to strong currencies like the Swiss franc. He realized that these currencies were like hidden treasures, waiting to be discovered by anyone smart enough to seek them out. Diablo had learned his lesson. He no longer wasted his money on worthless currencies. Instead, he rode the wave of stability and potential appreciation, all thanks to the power of the Swiss franc and other superior currencies. So, if Diablo could fix his money mistakes and find financial success, anyone could. It's never too late to make a change and start investing wisely. Are you tired of feeling like your money slips through your fingers like sand? It's time to unleash the financial superhero within you, just like Diablo did. Say goodbye to reckless spending and welcome to a life of smart choices and abundance. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons to embark on a thrilling adventure toward your financial freedom. Diablo's journey took a dramatic turn from financial folly to a thrilling quest for the power of strong currencies. He discovered the hidden truths about money and discovered the key to financial security: sovereign guarantee. Join Diablo in his pursuit of wealth and stability through the fascinating world of government securities. Asset number 4. Sovereign guarantee. When it came to money, Diablo would spend his hard-earned cash on unnecessary things, never really understanding the importance of financial security. But then, he stumbled upon a solution that turned his life around. Diablo realized that a dollar bill is more than just a piece of paper with some numbers on it. He discovered that the words, "This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private," meant that the dollar had value and could be used to pay for goods and services. It wasn't tied to gold anymore, but rather to the faith and credit of the government. This realization sparked a newfound interest in understanding the financial world. He learned about sovereign guarantees, which are investments backed by the government. Diablo discovered that government securities, also known as GSECs, were a popular option for those seeking stability and security. However, he was cautious and knew to invest in stable government GSECs with good credit ratings. He remembered the crisis Greece faced in 2009 and the need for international intervention to rescue them from their debt. Diablo realized the importance of considering a government's global strength before making any investment in GSECs. In the United States, Diablo found that treasury bills, notes, and bonds were great options for gaining exposure to sovereign guarantees. These investments offered better returns than keeping money in a regular bank account. What's more, they were backed by the strength of the U.S. government and the global economy. Diablo learned that accessing treasury securities was straightforward for investors of all sizes. He could purchase them directly from the government through the Treasury Direct portal or from the secondary market. This opened up a world of safe and reliable investment opportunities for Diablo. He felt reassured by the sovereign guarantee and saw the potential to grow his wealth over time. So, if you're anything like Diablo, who once made financial mistakes, consider exploring the world of government securities. They offer the assurance of a sovereign guarantee and the chance to build your wealth wisely. Diablo, once trapped in the grip of common investment mistakes, unlocked the secrets to financial success. Shifting from cash to treasury investments, he craved even higher returns. Let's discover how he satisfied his appetite. Asset number 3. Value stocks and mutual funds. Diablo had made some common investment mistakes in the past. He used to keep all his money in cash, thinking it was the safest option. Little did he know that his hard-earned cash was just sitting there, losing value due to inflation. Poor Diablo. But then Diablo realized his mistake and sought a solution. He understood that investing in the treasury could offer better returns than hoarding cash. However, he also learned that treasury investments generally yield lower returns compared to stocks. Diablo was ready to take some risks and wanted higher returns. He wanted to taste the sweetness of success. That's when he discovered the magical world of stocks. He found out that not all stocks carry the same level of risk. Stocks can be divided into two categories: value stocks and growth stocks. Diablo knew that growth stocks, especially in the tech sector, are riskier but have higher potential rewards. He was tempted, but didn't want to risk it all. Then he stumbled upon value stocks like Nucor. These stocks focus on industrial metals, which have a stable and well-established demand. Diablo realized that value stocks offer a relatively lower risk compared to growth stocks. They provide steady price appreciation and consistent dividends. It was like finding a hidden treasure trove. But Diablo was no financial analyst. Researching each individual stock seemed like a daunting task. Thankfully, he discovered dividend-focused mutual funds, like the Vanguard High Dividend Yield Index Fund Admiral Shares. This mutual fund has a proven track record of stable dividend payments. Diablo saw it as a convenient and affordable way to invest, especially for someone like him. He understood the importance of considering his risk tolerance, seeking professional advice, and conducting thorough research before making any investment decisions. Diablo was no longer the victim of his own mistakes. He had become an informed and smart investor, ready to seize the opportunities that the stock market had to offer. If you're as captivated by Diablo's remarkable journey as we are, don't forget to give him a virtual high five by clicking that like button, subscribing, and turning on notifications. Your support fuels Diablo's motivation to share even more invaluable tips and insights with all of you. From overlooked assets to inflation hedges, Diablo learned the power of incorporating real estate into his portfolio through REITs and owning rental properties. Come and let's discover how Diablo stumbled upon the potential of real estate investments for long-term growth and stability. Asset number 2. Land and real estate. Diablo had always overlooked the importance of land and real estate in his portfolio. Instead, he focused on volatile stocks and speculative ventures that often left him with empty pockets and a lot of regrets. Little did he know that land was a non-depreciating asset, constantly in demand, and a valuable resource throughout history. But then Diablo decided to educate himself and fix his investment strategy. He realized that the demand for land would only increase as the population grew. Residential homes, commercial spaces, and office buildings would always be sought after. So, he discovered the power of incorporating real estate into his investment portfolio as an inflation hedge. Diablo was surprised to learn that he didn't need a fortune to invest in real estate. He discovered real estate investment trusts, REITs, which were like mutual funds but focused on real estate. He found a popular REIT called Ventas Inc. (VTR) that invested in healthcare real estate, including senior housing, research facilities, and hospitals. By investing in REITs, Diablo gained exposure to the real estate market without needing a substantial upfront investment. But Diablo didn't stop there. He discovered another avenue to benefit from real estate: owning rental properties. He realized that by borrowing money, he could purchase rental properties and let the rental income cover expenses and mortgage payments while generating profits. This approach allowed Diablo to tap into the potential of the real estate market without needing a huge initial sum. With his newfound knowledge, Diablo understood the value of land and real estate as assets that held their worth over time. He diversified his investment portfolio, incorporating real estate through REITs and owning rental properties. By doing so, he positioned himself to benefit from the enduring demand for land and its potential for long-term growth. Diablo's story serves as a reminder that land and real estate are not to be underestimated. They offer stability, potential growth, and an opportunity to safeguard against the declining value of the dollar. Let's discover Diablo's world of wonder, where the treasures of vintage collections unfold before your eyes. Learn from his deep understanding of the hidden value within vintage cars and priceless artworks. Asset number 1: collectibles. One of his biggest blunders was that he used to spend his hard-earned money on things that lost value faster than a soap bubble popping. Every time he bought a brand new car, the price would immediately plummet as soon as he drove it off the lot. It was like throwing his money into a pit of quicksand. But Diablo had an epiphany. He discovered the enchanting world of collectibles. Vintage cars, rare art pieces, handcrafted luxury handbags, limited edition watches, and even first editions of iconic books held the key to his financial redemption. Unlike regular cars that transformed into rust buckets over time, vintage cars aged like fine wine, increasing in value. Diablo's eyes widened with wonder at the thought of owning a rare gem like the 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Unihaute Coupe. Only 2 of these magnificent beasts were ever created, and one of them sold for an astonishing 135 million euros in 2022. Talk about a sweet return on investment. Art was another realm of collectibles that Diablo delved into. He learned that in 2017, Leonardo da Vinci's controversial masterpiece, Salvator Mundi, had been snatched up at a Christie's auction for a mind-boggling $450 million by a Saudi prince. The value of such extraordinary acquisitions went far beyond mere aesthetics. They were timeless treasures that could fetch unimaginable prices from the right buyer. Diablo realized that he didn't have to be a billionaire to participate in the world of collectibles. Online marketplaces like Whatnot and eBay became his go-to destination for selling rare baseball cards, comic books, action figures, and more. And here's the best part: you didn't even need to buy the whole item to join the fun. Platforms like Masterworks allowed Diablo to invest in partial ownership of these alluring collectibles. He could finally taste the excitement and potential value of these treasures without having to break the bank. If a normal 45-year-old man like Diablo, who was oblivious to the mistakes he was making with his money, can reach financial independence, so can you and me. A story of another normal guy who reached his financial goals, who is just as clueless as Diablo, is that of Adonis. Click on the next video to discover Adonis's story.